Hi everyone. Welcome to our channel, where every day is a new step toward a better, stronger you. Here, we dive into powerful tips, inspiring stories, and practical advice to help you grow, unlock your full potential, and live a happier, more fulfilling life. So, if you're ready to invest in yourself and take on new challenges with confidence, join us daily. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Together, let's make each day count and become the best version of ourselves. Save. But don't be stingy. To someone I care for deeply. There's a quiet hum in the early morning light. It's the kind of morning that makes you want to sit still for a while, just to appreciate the world waking up around you. The birds are softly chattering. The sun is gently peeking through the curtains. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I hear an old saying, one I've carried with me for years. Money is a good servant but a terrible master. You've probably heard it before, haven't you? But sayings like these are funny. They sound so wise, so universal. And yet, when we try to live by them, they often unravel into knots. I'm writing to you today because I've been thinking a lot about saving. About how we hold on to things, our money, our time, our resources, and how, sometimes, we hold on just a little too tight. There's a fine line between saving and being stingy. And that line, it's thinner than we think. Let me tell you a story. The coin jar in my grandmother's house. When I was little, my grandmother had a coin jar on the edge of her kitchen counter. It was a glass jar, clear enough that you could see the shimmering coins inside. Whenever I visited, she'd let me drop a few coins in. The sound of metal tinkling against glass always making me smile. Save for the rainy days, she'd say, winking at me as she cooked. And my grandmother knew all about rainy days. She'd lived through times when money was scarce, when every penny counted. She saved because life had taught her to. But even so, she wasn't stingy. If you came into her home hungry, she'd feed you. If you were cold, she'd wrap you in the thickest blanket she owned. If you needed a coin or two, she'd hand them over with a soft pat on your hand. Money can buy bread, she'd say, but love bakes it warm. I didn't understand it back then. To me, the coins in that jar were just coins. But now I see that her saving wasn't just about having enough, it was about sharing enough. 2. When saving turns into fear. I know people who save every penny as though the world might fall apart tomorrow. Maybe you do, too. Maybe you've even felt that way yourself sometimes. There's no shame in it, life can be uncertain. And saving gives us a sense of control. It's comforting to look at a growing bank account or a jar of coins and know you'll be okay, come what may. But here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes, saving turns into fear. It happens quietly. You might start saying no to small joys because you're afraid of running out. You skip that coffee date with a friend because, well, it's just another expense. You wear the same shoes for years, even when they pinch your toes, because buying a new pair feels indulgent. You tell yourself, I don't need it, until you stop letting yourself want anything at all. And before you know it, saving isn't freedom anymore, it's a cage. Here's the truth I've learned, saving is important. But if we let fear take the reins, we risk losing more than money. We lose experiences, connections, memories, the things that make life worth saving for in the first place. Balance, The space between saving and living. Imagine this, you're standing on a bridge, looking out over a wide river. On one side is saving, calm, steady, secure. On the other is living, vibrant, messy, full of laughter and risk. The bridge itself, that's balance. And balance is where the magic happens. Saving doesn't mean hoarding. It doesn't mean denying yourself everything beautiful or joyful. It means being wise about what you spend. Yes. But also being wise about why you save. Do you save so you can live well later? Or do you save because you're afraid to live well now? Think about that for a moment. The generosity of saving well. There's a quiet generosity in saving the right way. It's the kind of saving that doesn't just think about you, it thinks about the people around you. 2. My friend James is a good example. He's careful with money. But he's not stingy. Every month, he tucks a little aside for the future, some in savings, some for emergencies, and some in what he calls his joy fund. What's a joy fund? I asked him once. It's money I save to make someone smile, he said with a grin. A surprise coffee for a coworker. Flowers for my mom. A small donation to someone who needs it more than I do. At first, it struck me as odd. James was saving to give it away. But then I realized, what better way to use your savings than to bring joy? Because money, in the end, is just a tool. It's not the goal. The goal is love, connection, generosity, and saving with an open heart, not a clenched fist, makes room for all of it. Letting go of the scarcity mindset. I know it's not always easy to think this way. Maybe you've been hurt before, by financial struggles, by unexpected bills, by times when you didn't have enough. It's natural to hold on tightly when life has taught you to be cautious. But can I share something with you? There's enough. I know that might sound strange, especially if you've lived with less before. But abundance isn't always about what's in your bank account. It's about trusting that you'll be okay. That you'll find a way. That the universe, or life, or whatever you believe in, has a way of providing when you open your hands instead of closing them. It's about saving. Yes, but saving with hope. Not fear. Save for tomorrow. But don't miss today. As I write this, the sun is fully up. The day has begun. And somewhere out there, someone is tucking their coins away in a jar, dreaming of a better tomorrow. If that's you, I want to say this: save for tomorrow. Absolutely. Plan. Prepare. Be wise with what you have. But don't miss today. Don't let fear rob you of the small joys waiting for you right now: a shared meal, a spontaneous gift, a moment of kindness. You can save and live. You can hold on to what matters and let go of what doesn't. My grandmother taught me that. James reminded me of it. And now, I'm passing it on to you. Save well. Save wisely. But never, ever let saving become so tight that it keeps you from living fully and generously. Because in the end, the best things in life, they aren't bought, they're shared. With love and hope.